Dun, 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 dun,
Mm-mm.
dun. All right, welcome, and I hope everyone has had a wonderful week.
It's been all right.
Mhm, mhm. Okay, well, oh, to anyone else who also had a week and it was not wonderful, hello. And hopefully, this will allow you to relax, have fun, and start your next week out right. Now, oh, where were we last week? Oh yeah, a Darby shot someone. And we'll follow up on that in a little bit. Let's save the meat and potatoes of the session for later. Instead, let's start up with Mana. Uh, Probably about a mile or so outside of town, riding in the carriage with if
On a
Dea.
horse. It's just a horse.
Oh yeah, on the horse. Sorry, with Dea.
Broken bones and all.
Mhm.
But do you really have bones? So I guess we can't really say broken bones and all. What would it be?
Don't worry about it. I'm fine, and that's what matters.
Um, as you're heading into the city, you see a lone figure, or just casually walking away from the city.
Anyone I recognize?
No, it seems to be yellow-skinned goblinoid wearing the crimson robe. No, wait. No, he's taller now. He's a you're not sure. He's now wearing a hood that's and a mask that's covering his face, but he's wearing this black armor and he's just casually strolling your direction. He seems to be waving you guys down.
Hey, Dea.
Hmm?
Can I get other Dea real quick?
What what do you mean? Fine. You see, she takes off her belt and like lowers tightens it around her forehead, and you see her hair change colors from that orangish red to the bluish purple, and you physically see her muscles atrophy into like she's still slightly muscular, but there's a good bit of plump on top of it now. And see, he turns around with her eyes facing you. Yes.
What do you make of this one?
And see, he's looking. He's going to give a perception. Mhm. They, their clothes seem to be slightly damaged. It's um from the look of it, magical damage, like they were struck by a spell or something.
Well, that's rather unusual. I don't remember any husk doing casting any spells.
Well, we were only in a small part of the city. Yeah, there are other sections of the city that are that were attacked. They could be from there.
You saw how easy it was for us to deal with husk. That's, why would they be in such bad shape and then wandering out into the desert by themselves?
Um, it's about this time you would hear a call from above, from overhead, as you'll see the Picari flapping her wings as hard as she can and trying to chase after the direction you guys had went. She'll definitely get to you before this figure does.
I'm gonna wave and hopefully you'll come down.
Yeah, she will.
Oh, glad you didn't leave me to die.
It was a tough decision.
The last time you saw um, them, they were currently being chased by an undead troll out into the desert on horseback, with Dea until after having their face pounded in by said undead troll.
Okay, it wasn't that bad.
How many hit points did you have left after its first round of attacks?
Look, two is like infinitely more than one if you're multiplying, or zero if you're multiplying.
I don't think that maths out correctly, but it's sure.
How much do you have to multiply zero by to get two? There you go.
I mean, are we talking like actual math or are we talking conceptual math? Conceptually, if you multiply
I'm not gonna
the
go into that.
the zero well, times two over zero, you will get two.
I'm not getting into that. Uh, Point is, I'm fine. That guy is suspicious, though. Oh. Did you happen to see that guy on your way over? I say, pointing at the guy who's heading our way.
Did she get a good look at him?
You would have saw him from above. If you like on your way over, you would still like you would see that there were several husks just wandering aimlessly the outside of the city, as well as there's a few people who were heading towards the city to get away from the undead horde that was currently attacking. But this is the only individual that you've seen moving away from the city in a deliberate manner.
He'll relay some of that to Lana.
Did I have any more of those potions left?
We'd have to look in your inventory.
Well, I was asking if there were any more in the cart. I would have restocked my supply if there were more.
Um, the potions that were found. Let me look at the cart. It has its own little inventory. Oh, where did I put that? Ah, here we go. No more potions, only healers kits. Potions
I
that
don't
were
think
in the potions that were in the carriage were the ones that were salvaged from the box of broken potions outside the carriage, and those were distributed to the players. So if Picari still has her potions, then that would be the only source. They had never took any of the potions as she was driving at the time.
Uh, we have potions? That's a great question.
I know Mana had like 5 or 6.
Oh wait, no, she doesn't. She doesn't have any of her stuff. So
All right.
yeah.
Well, that could be good for the downstairs crew. There's some full heal potions down there. I'm not in much of a shape for a fight. Unless unless Bakari or you have any healing gadgets.
No, I don't believe I have any.
There.
Mm-mm. None of my stuff are.
Oh wait, I have.
Here's,
I can cast Cure Wounds.
Yes,
Or should I waste it on you?
I would be eternally grateful.
Lucky I'm a mean person. So I'll cast Cure Wounds on Mana.
you get 6 back.
I'll take it. Thank you. But yeah, we either have to ride around this guy and hope he doesn't have anything that can hit from a distance, or confront him and hope he doesn't try to kill us.
Good evening. Hey, hey, I just need a little bit of assistance, please.
That voice sounds familiar.
Does it?
Hold on. I can't do the voice that I do for him yelling, so that was the closest you can get. I can get.
I don't know. I can't put a name to it, but it just sounds familiar.
Well, hello, my good travelers in the night. Hey, I hope the moon has been looking down on you favorably.
And what brings you all the way out here in the middle of the night?
Well, I personally am heading towards Goldport, and I was wondering if you encountered it, a tall lady in white, and a short jester along your way here.
I do not recall any such individuals.
Well, uh, hopefully aren't delayed too much by the happenings going on over there. I see the storm has stopped. It might be a pleasant journey over there, regardless of what's going down. My vacation doesn't seem to be shaping up to the fun that I was expecting to have.
You sure you're going to be able to make it through the desert in that armor?
You don't have to worry about me. I'm well practiced in the art of getting away from stuff. You seem like an intrepid group of adventurers yourselves. Although hmm, it seems like you come from a one horse town, if you catch my drift.
You seem to be a bit more on the outs yourself. I imagine that someone uh, with the funds you clearly had, would have been able to take the adventurer skill to get to Goldport.
Well, I hope I tried, it, but it seems like their teleportation circle is a bit tied up right now. Though some investigation behind the teleportation mishap, along with if some emergency teleportations that needed to happen, and seemed to have crippled their capability to transport someone of my, such as myself, of to my destination. But it's no matter. Be careful on your way into town. I saw there was quite the horde of undead. Nasty things, aren't they?
Indeed. I'm surprised someone of your skill set isn't dealing with them.
Oh, I just had to deal with a few on my way out. Uh, But as I'm on vacation, it's not necessarily my job to solve the problems of the city that I'm visiting.
You might want to visit a blacksmith with all that damage.
Well, it's relatively minor damage. It's more cosmetic than anything.
Well, yes, I'm just bringing attention to it.
Oh, that? Yeah. Uh, there was a situation where I was under attack by some errant spellcasters, necromancers, I think them to be. They were amongst the horde of undead. Barely managed to escape with my life.
I'm pressing X to doubt.
Alright, give me an insight check then. Does Picard also want to do an insight?
Yeah, she'll be listening to the conversation closely, but she's
So,
not gonna say anything. You said insight?
Yeah, well, why are you standing like that?
alright, Picari, he, there, the way he's saying things, the way he's inflecting and emphasizing, he's essentially told nothing but half truths this entire time.
Okay.
But he seems to be weaving it in so casually it's hard to uh, like pick up on it.
She's gonna kind of look at Mana and see if they've like picked up on anything or.
Mm-mm.
It is hard to tell his facial expressions because he is wearing his helmet.
Oh, okay.
Mana is more studied in reading people's like facial expressions and body language. It's but Bakari being more hearing based with her perception and is able to pick up on the subtle cues of his how he emphasizes certain words and how he inflects things.
Okay.
Mana's also just a bad judge of character.
She's gonna. Is Mana like looking towards Bakari at any point, or just all eyes for this dude?
Um, he'll occasionally take a glance back uh, as he's gesturing while he's talking.
Okay, she'll kind of give like a startled little like shake of her head, or like flick of her ear or something to like try to like be like something's off.
Um, and with that, at any do you got can you guys give me a perception? Well, like both of
I can.
you.
Why do you keep asking for the things I'm not good at?
Luckily, I'm good at them.
Okay. Picari, do you notice there's something off about the ground behind him?
The ground.
The sand, and the sand is disturbed in a weird way. Like there's something there, but you can't you can't like see it. Mm,
It's not like moving or anything, is it?
no, it doesn't seem to be moving. It's like just a slight depression in the sand, and it's like a big circle is behind him.
You said you needed assistance. What in particular did you need?
Well, oh, seeing as we're not far from the town, and I still have a ways to go before I make it to the next settlement, and I was hoping in that I could buy that horse off of you.
Hmm. What do you have to offer?
Well, seeing as that's a fairly fine and and horse, uh, I don't see it going for anything less than 10 platinum. And if you have
Hmm.
any food supplies or anything, I can throw in another platinum or two to just buy supplies that I may need, some food or something that I may need on my way. Make it a little easier for traveling so I don't have to uh, forage for food.
That is quite a hefty sum, but there is also the additional expense for inconvenience.
You're right. You see, I knew I was coming up to some smart and intelligent people. Well, you have an eye for business, my friend. And were you a merchant in your past life?
I've been a merchant for quite a while now.
What kind of wares do you sell?
Oh, oh, oh. A variety of things. Mm, mm. I've sold food stuff most recently.
Ooh. Well, you wouldn't have to have some of your wares on you.
Mhm. I have some basic things, but uh, if you'll give me a minute, if you'll give me a moment, and I need to consult my friend here. They are a quite accomplished chef. Uh, uh,
Mhm.
uh, Yes, if you'll give us a moment. Dale, would you keep him company?
Mhm. They start. She starts a slight conversation with them. As you can see, the sun is about to start rising off in the distance.
Of course, we get a good distance away. So what do you think?
I would not trust this guy as far as you could throw him.
That's that makes this all the more worrying.
He's got something hiding behind him in the sand. Did you notice it?
No,
It's bulging unnaturally. It shouldn't be bulging like that.
yes, but that presents a question. Why haven't Daya noticed anything? So I can see the truth of who you are. That's how she was able to tell what I am. So whatever we're seeing is real. So then what's behind him?
He's lying is the problem. Or at least, kind of, partially.
If he just came from town, he could have bought or commandeered a horse there, especially in the panic.
That just also seems like a lot of money for this horse.
Oh no. So especially when he
I don't
owned
really know the prices of horses. Are horses worth that much?
that would translate to over 100 gold. You could probably get that for a pretty well trained horse, but he was using that as a base price. It's not even considering how inconvenient it would be to use that to buy a horse in the middle of the desert.
Yeah, something's not right.
Do we play along, or try to take him out, or try to get away?
Maybe we can just send him on his way, try to decline his offer, and maybe we can just, you know, not get into a conflict.
But keep on guard.
Oh yeah, no, I'm gonna keep on guard. I'm just saying we should try to not fight him.
If whatever's behind him moves at all, oh, then that might be it might be time to strike.
Mhm.
Like, I'll try to turn him down.
It's at like as you guys are coming over, it's at this point that you hear Dare say, "Hey, so why do you need the horse when you can just ride your snake?" And he pauses. What do you mean, snake? Your snake? The she puts she starts she looks back at you guys. Is you see the giant snake, right?
Yeah, so what she's going to see is me cast Shatter.
You guys forget that Dea is always seeing the stuff. She doesn't realize what you guys can't see.
Like she took a minute to bring that part up.
I was gonna say just go on and make him that food and poison it for him. Oh well, this is as good too.
You're attempting to cast Shatter.
Yeah.
He raises his hand and counters it. Now. Oh, my apologies. Is I may not have been entirely truthful.
You
Well,
think?
do have. I am not traveling alone. Um, in I do have a companion. You watch as behind him, um, slowly appearing, is a huge white cobra with this weird black mask on its face that has these two horns and like shooting from the side. Like you can tell the horns are part of the mask and not part of the actual snake's anatomy. And it's simply just there. Like 1 second it wasn't, and now it's there. And to put you at ease, he takes off his mask, and you can see, and like lets down his hood, and you can see his face. He's far better. How do I have an entry for him? Oh, I did not have time to put the entry for Layla and Hassan in. They'll be in probably at some point.
Arbiter. Actually, what was the name? Yeah, he text.
All right, so you see a hobgoblin, and now that you see him a little better as the light from the sun is starting to hit you, the hobgoblin and pale skin and burgundy hair with hair and bright blue eyes. But the strange part of him is the right side of his face is just black, like extremely pigmented. My apologies. Yes. Um, a lot of people are put off by my appearance. I didn't mean to deceive you.
Ah, that's a relief. I thought you were someone else.
Who did you think I was?
Are you familiar with someone named Apep?
Mm, I don't think I've heard the name before.
Uh, uh, he has a similar vibe to you. Uh, Also has a white snake.
Really?
Yeah,
White snakes must be a dime a dozen, then. Good. You can call me Scapino. He holds his hand out.
uh, I'm gonna nod at it, but I'm not gonna take his hand.
Hmm. He'll, may I ask your names?
Bakari's gonna kind of watch Mana and see what they do, because she's uncertain about the situation.
That depends. Now that you're having to be a bit more honest, do you intend to kill us?
My good man. And I would never kill an innocent person.
Can I incite that comment in particular?
Yes, you can definitely incite that comment in particular.
I'm not even gonna bother inciting that because I don't believe that for any living person.
That sounded very hostile.
Like, there's a amount of venom in the way that he said it that gives you pause. It's like, what does he consider an innocent person?
She's gonna look at Mana nervously, and she's kind of like half unfurling her wings, like prepare to jump into the air if she needs to.
I simply just want a faster mode of transportation across this desert. It so I can get to my friends. See, my friends are uh, gathered on the other side of this desert, and I just need to go meet up with them. I simply want to give you 15 platinum for this horse and any inconvenience it may cause you.
Personally, I'm not one who cares much for money.
I mean, you did just send all my money into a different plane of existence, so maybe you should care just a little bit more. That was a joke. That was me saying a joke.
We'll handle that. I don't. It's not a big deal to me either way. I just care about uh, the consequences in the immediate future. As long as you're not a threat to my people or my goal, well, well, I have no qualms with helping you.
You're much more reasonable than some other people that I've met. Most people will see my disfigured face and then think me a monster.
Most people see me and think the same, so I have no room to judge.
Hmm. You see, he a his something in his pocket starts buzzing. Hmm.
Buzzing?
Yeah, he he reaches in his pocket. Pedrolino, I see.
This man got a fucking phone?
He pull he does pull out a crystal that has like a big rune on it on the back. It's less of a phone and more of a pager.
Okay.
He mm, do I have to? It is my vacation. Yes, yes, I know. Oh, if Pantalone could keep things under wraps, it would make things so much easier for all of us. doesn't help that he has that little whelp working for him. No, I'm out in the middle of the desert. Just just left town, trying to buy a horse. That would be
Corey's
rude.
gonna kind of look at Mana while he's talking on the crystal.
That would be.
Mara sees absolutely nothing wrong with him using that. It's actually pretty mundane.
Damn, just say I'm from backwater country.
Oh, it's not because you're from a backwater country. You're from a backwater time period.
Fine. You tell Pantalone he owes me my position back. Heck, get rid of the child. He'll give me my job back. Heck, and and we'll talk about maybe a raise. I'm thinking your job. Yeah. Well, if you'll excuse me, I have a transaction to finish making. I mean, no, it's not a business transaction. Why would you think that this has anything to do with your job? You're way too paranoid.
Will say while he's talking, yeah, I'm gonna ask Daya if, and Picard if they mind walking.
I mean,
I mean,
we're
y'all can
pretty
walk.
we're pretty close to the city. It would only add like an extra hour to our travel, if that.
All right. Are you finished with your call?
Yes,
Is that what
yes.
he's doing?
My coworkers, they don't understand what a vacation means. I can't have fun apparently because little duty calls. Also, I gotta babysit people. When you get to be my age, please make sure that you don't let your bosses run over you.
Hmm. What age would that be?
Hmm. How old am I?
I catch myself asking the same question sometimes.
Hmm. Well, it's of no matter.
Well, we'll sell you the horse for 15 platinum, and should we meet in the future, I would like an introduction to what your organization's about.
Do you want to get in on the ground floor? Yeah, I can tell you a bit about it. it. Judging by your appearance, you don't seem to be from around here.
Not at all.
Hmm. You see, this world is falling apart, and certain people who have been working to make sure that that happens. But me and my allies, is we're doing in our best is to support those who are meant to save the world. Our methods may be unorthodox, but for everything good thing that the heroes do, ooh, there has to be a supporting cast. If you really think about it, the whole world is a stage, and everyone just needs to play their part. Some people are the hero gallantly riding off in the to the sunset with the damsel. Some people are the lowly peasant that get slaughtered by the dragon. Our job is to make sure that, that those at center stage are well taken care of.
Interesting. Well, with the interactions we've had, what role do I play in your narrative?
Hmm. Judging by a your general vibe, you could be potentially become one of our Hershers. You have the potential, and I can see within you there's a great bit of power. You just need something to draw it out.
Perhaps. When next we speak, we'll see how well our goals align.
You may not meet
But now,
see me next, but if you see a tiny little jester er, wearing strange clothing and talking to you in your mind, and
Is very specific.
tell tell him that you've spoken to me and that you may be interested in joining.
I'll keep that in mind. I know exactly who he's talking about. I'll, if nothing else is left, I'll make the transaction.
Right. Um, we will hand you 15 platinum,
I'll head it to Picard. It's a start.
and then he'll take from his pocket a void spirit stone and place it in your hand.
Hmm. Do be kind to the horse. It has served us well since we've had it.
Do not worry. I take care of every creature that's under my guidance.
Oh, also probably avoid like major settlements, since they might be looking for it.
Hmm. Ooh, like as he gets closer, ah, I see what this is. It's a Noxian Clydesdale. Very rare on this continent. I definitely got my money's worth.
You could say it was a steal.
Bakari's gonna resist the urge to slap you, but she's giving you this look.
Um, he climbs on the back of the horse, and you think he's about to start heading towards Goldport, but he turns and starts heading east. And you see the giant snake silently slithers after him, disappearing as it goes. And like you see, once the sunlight it, he peeks over the horizon, you can see the snake more. Like you can actually now fully see it. And you watch as it just sort of sinks into the sand and disappears as he rides along, often over a dune.
I'm just gonna take off his helmet. Well, oh, oh, I think um, there's a Darby, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I think that Dorothy will be happy with this information. As if I'm putting two and two together, I imagine he's connected with um why am I what was it? Zoran. I believe he's connected with Zoran. That's just a theory, but
A game theory.
I mean I've only met one jester who invades people's minds, and and they weren't, and they were in Gulfport, and you know, with him. Well, shall we get walking?
And as you guys walk the lonely road, uh, we can go down to our underground crew.
Okie dokie.
Switching, switching. There we go. As I did not do what I told y'all I was going to do and make a token for her, I shall punish myself. But Lex and Steven, are you guys there?
Yes.
Uh,
Mm.
a
I don't.
dark, a Darpy. The Azure shot hits true, and I need you to give me a percentile, a D100.
Wait, hold on.
Okay, I'm gonna make some quesadillas for dinner.
Mm.
Like slash R, right? It's Gucci. Okay.
What
Your
is it?
your shot hits her in the center of the chest. Then you hear a hissing noise.
Hissing?
Yeah, as yes, you seem to have punctured her lung. And
Um, oh. Like deflating, like a balloon?
yeah, essentially, what happens when your lung is punctured? When you try and take a breath in, and it will come out the hole, and your lung won't be able to inflate properly. the
Okay.
the priestess wanted to uh, uh, like quickly turn around. Well,
I'm back.
What what is the meaning of this?
You're taking care of a murderer? Ouch. Hold up. Yeah, you're taking care of a murderer? Why is she here? Why are you here?
I was going to ask the same of you. We
That
were
piece of crap took out my entire village and then decided to want to help kidnap my sister. So I'm trying to understand what you're doing. Did this reset me? I think it logged me
No
out.
matter of what she may have done in the past, she is
Yes.
currently under my a protection as a healer. I cannot sit idly by while you endanger her life unnecessarily.
Give me just 1 second. The thing's reloading for some reason. What,
Whatever
Zayden? Yeah. Um.
whatever qualms you may have with her, you can deal with when she's better. Or
Why would I wait intentionally for her to heal after the reason why she looks the way she does is because she had to run away? She could have just took it like she should have then we wouldn't have this problem now. I'm trying. I for some reason I can't see this. Whatever this is. Um, it's like something's in my way.
I feel like
Um,
Nissa and Dobat are just exchanging looks right now, just like.
It's just the look of, do we want to try it?
um, I Well, wouldn't y'all have known what we've done the night before, the days before in the alley?
You attacked someone. I don't remember if you ever said the specifics.
I thought that we all had that conversation
it was essentially
when I
what
left with Simon.
what the people that are with you who got was that you guys went after someone and she got away. And at the time, Dorothy was so angry and frustrated at it that she sort of stormed out of the room.
Oh,
Um,
it
so
didn't hurt
they
to happen. Um,
so they don't have the full picture, but they can piece two and two together.
We can, but
um,
it's still the
I
thing of both of us have been down in this dungeon. Even if we wanted to, do we want to engage in this?
um, I mean that's literally not a decision that I can make for you. You'd have to decide that on your own there.
I know.
Um, but I'm trying to see my screen, and for some reason I cannot see. I can't see my stat sheet for some reason. It's like giving me like half of the screen. Maybe if I close it. Nope.
Might need to close out of it and relaunch Forge.
I'm gonna
It'll
see
for
if like okay, request desktop site. I'm gonna see if it'll do it that way. They're cool. Um. Do. Fuck. Um. I'm sorry. I was trying to. And then the screen did it again. I think like the resolution on this isn't allowing me to be able to see all my things, but I don't think I care. I mean, and so I guess they just need to get out the way. Um,
Um, where Where is my? Whoops! I did not mean to do that.
Were you saying something?
I was looking for one of my charts, but
Go to my spells first.
their spells.
Yeah, you see this is a screen. I was trying to send it to you.
Well, yeah, it's not wanting to load the
Yeah,
map.
it closed it out immediately. Um,
Um, you're in the room now, right? Um,
yeah,
try
I was
using.
about to.
Okay.
Where am I? Hey, it's not even alphabetical
It
order.
is.
Oh.
Do you think that I would just have it any kind of way?
I don't know. I don't know how your organized mind thinks.
Right,
Not
yeah,
that one. That's why. Okay, so scorching ray. That
yeah.
I don't
You
have enough.
you don't have any spell slots other than you have two first level spell slots. I mean, you can Burning Hands again. Mm, yeah, Burning
What
Hands.
do I know about? You said they're healers.
They're priests, so they're not just healers. They are spellcasters, and they commune with one god or another to get their powers.
Where's this little house thing that they were about to run into?
It's right here.
Okay, can I use my whip to, mm, well,
Launch it
I
into
was
the
thinking
pool.
throw a whip, but maybe entangle for
Launch it into the pool.
little house thing.
Um, I mean, it is 15 feet away. You could grab it with the whip.
Give me it then.
That would be the athletics or acrobatics
Mm,
to attempt to
yeah.
grab the house. You want to use athletics,
Mm-mm.
right?
Nat 20.
Oh, nat 20.
Why do I roll good
No,
for
you don't. No,
these?
you don't. This is the one time that I've ever seen a roll from you, and I think it's because I'm standing over your shoulder. Come on.
All right. Hey, you two watch as Adarpi uses her whip to wrap around the handle of the tiny house and pull it towards her and behind her, cutting off their escape. There's the two crabified guards behind them.
Oh, what
Delbat,
happened there?
I think
uh,
I know what I'm gonna do then.
they got touched by a Yura while she was being possessed by something.
Oh,
They? Who?
These two
So
guards,
there's.
they got crabified.
What does that mean?
They got turned into part crab people.
Oh, ew.
and are they being hostile, neutral,
They
friendly?
are currently writhing on the ground in some kind of agony.
Oh, whale. Because I didn't
Maybe
know
you
that
should,
ahead
as a healer, y'all should heal them since y'all want to be helpful.
so because I actually didn't know that before, can I roll anything to see what's going on with them?
Um, yeah, roll a health check
Okay.
or
Isn't it?
medicine.
Yeah, I think it's medicine here. Because I did not know that. I thought they were just normal guards that were chilling there after the last encounter.
Did you watch me run away?
20.
Uh, yeah, these two are not in a good way. They see their bodies seem to have been forced to evolve into this state, and they are not doing too hot.
Do I know of any way to stop it?
This is magic beyond your imagination. This is a lot like that spell that was used before to shake the entire ground around you guys. This is just magic that you have no idea um, what it is or how it works.
Okay. So I have no idea how to stop it.
No,
Okay.
it's already
I will.
completed. It's not like it's something in progress.
They probably
Uh,
do. There aren't there healers. They can't do nothing.
Just
Or as healers, their only obligation is to hurt.
listen, and young lady, the second priest speaks up. If I understand that you are upset. If the person who killed my family were in front of me, I would try and kill them as well. But we are in a situation where we don't know what's going on, and you, yes, we understand and let you shout it out your intentions, but that we,
Okay, and then I'll quickly explain to them about the Noxian and who they are and who she is and
well,
what she's been doing.
you can tell that they're Noxians because they're both humans and they are wearing Noxian attire.
So where did the house
Um,
fall?
It's currently directly
um,
behind a Darpy. She sort of has her hoof on it.
I have some ideas with that house.
The prince is going to speak up. Uh, Look, um, I, Darpy, I don't think you're in good enough shape to do this. This we just went through that hard-fought battle. A lot of us aren't too well off. Of, um, getting into a fight with them here and now would probably result in in one or more of us dying. Hey, but I will support you with whatever you decide. Hey, you help me
we
out.
don't have to get in a fight with her. I just want to take. We don't have to fight with them. We just got to take her out.
and then Noah has to speak up. And then what do you think these two are gonna do?
Hold them back. That's it.
I
Just.
ain't
I don't know.
stepping in.
Then don't.
Well, I'm trying to
Honestly,
talk you out
y'all
of
could
killing
leave if that's the
yourself.
case.
I'm trying to talk you out of getting yourself killed. Then
Yeah,
who's gonna
like
save
that's
your
gonna
sister?
happen.
Then who's gonna save your sister and avenge your mother when you're 10 feet under? Chill, for once.
Chill for once. Like
Like,
any decision that I have made, you have either stopped or you have skirted past or you've ignored or you have said, let's not do that and let's do this instead. For once, when are you ever going to back me? Like, what's the point of even coming if at every single time I make a decision for something, you don't back me? And it's you. Anybody else usually stands by my side, but you.
Because
So
I'm the one
if
who
you
studied
have an
history.
issue, just go. Because I don't
Dobat
see
will
any other way that you're solving the problem.
Dobat will remain out of the rest of this encounter.
Cool.
I've got a plan here. I may not be able to back you up in combat, but I have a plan of keeping that house away from them.
hey, see,
Out of it.
the prince is going to come up beside you. If I was still on measure.
And if I can, I'm gonna move these guards kind of away.
One of them, like, sort of like crabs around a bit. It, but you managed to wrangle them out of the line of fire.
Yeah, and from that, Dobat is gonna basically he's gonna play neutral and try and stay out of the way.
Is it not letting me move my
Because the game's paused.
Might be part of it.
Yeah, that's probably it. So,
As the as the prince of this city state, he- as a prince of this city state, I would like to place that woman under arrest, yes, to be tried and dealt with under the laws of our city. It is our sovereign right to do so, and you Doxians do not have the right to veto this unless you have diplomatic authority.
All that's going on, and he's got their attention. I'm going to do my power move here, or at least attempt it.
And in the process, can I whisper to how close is the she princess to me? Because I mean, like, you
She's
ain't
probably
that much.
she's probably like 10 feet to your her right. She has her crossbow.
If this is going to be a very, if this
Uh,
works,
John, explain what you're trying to do first, so that we can know, so that we can
so I'm
see.
going to use uh my ability, the cunning action, to basically hide. Then I'm going to use sleight of hand to switch the house with a minor illusion projection of it, and then basically run away and hide it.
All
I
right.
mean, they'll eventually figure it out, but
As I described before, Darby currently has her foot on top of the house.
yeah, I will whisper the plan to her. I am like right behind her.
What is this house? Do I even can I tell about what this house is?
Um, Judging by the fact that they came from inside of it, you can tell that this house is some kind of extra dimensional space or has some kind of ability to teleport people.
Because if I could get this thing away from them, it will buy you some time.
Oh, if the she prince just said what they said, and I see how they're responding to what they're saying.
Uh, Listen, and Miss, we understand and accept your authority as a prince. Um,
Sure.
we under our oath cannot willingly give this woman up to your without consulting with the our diplomatic authority, which should have been with us. But we have been separated from them. They should be on their way to Arun, and as I just need to get in contact with them. Um, Judging by how long it's been, they should be in Maroon by now. So we were supposed to be traveling day and night to get it here, get to there, and if I can just get in contact with someone from Maroon, and we can just talk, look, you're where you and let our diplomatic authority speak with you. She's
I
the
wouldn't grant y'all one
she
phone
is
call for nothing.
She is the cardinal of our church. She holds the most diplomatic authority out of, of almost anyone from our country here. So if you just let us speak to her, we'll be able to resolve this, and it, we'll be able to get things on track. And Rain looks at you. Well, no, it seems like you've arrived at your destination because this is a room. So at that, the priest on the left his face sort of pales. Those, and secondly, he, your not your Noxian diplomat will have to resolve this issue after their this person is incarcerated. It we will have to hold her overnight in our prison, and and in the morning. eh, Actually, what time is it? One of the guards who looks up the it's approximately 5:30 in the morning. In a couple of hours, she will be held for the duration of this day. If your diplomat gets here before we put her on trial, or whatever else happens to her, then we everything will be fine. I will allow you to render first aid to her, as it looks like she is not doing too hot.
Well, duh, I just shot her in the chest. Are you kidding me?
Can just out of curiosity, can I do a medicine check just to see how she looks? Like from here, not even getting close.
I mean, she was. Oh my god.
Yes, she was shot. How much did she recover before then? Would I be able to make a check or no?
Um, yes, you may.
Okay. 9.
Um, there's a lot of blood, and the two priests are look like they really want to cast like a healing spell. Oh, but they're
I'm still holding my rifle up though.
yeah, they don't want to make any sudden moves because they don't want to get shot.
Yeah, that's fair. Alright. Also, is Discord being a bit weird for anyone? I keep getting high latency all of a sudden.
It seems fine to me.
Yeah, I just
That
saw the
seems
roll.
fine to me.
I mean, in Discord, like sometimes the latency will go from 20 milliseconds to like 1,000 for a moment.
No.
I'm not seeing it, but I I don't know.
Okay, just thought I'd check real quick. Sorry to bother.
Um, the same guard that spoke up, he seems to have been that MVP guard. Yeah, he's gonna like come a bit forward. It it would be far easier for you to just stand down. If what you say is accurate and you left from Goldport, or, and we're heading here, you're, it shouldn't have taken you more than a day and a half to get here. Your people will probably be in the city within the hour or two. I'm sure the arrival of a Noxian envoy would be big news for in the city. So it should be easy enough to find them. If you who will allow us to do things in our manner, er, I'm sure er, that those present can 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 do their job. He's going to turn to the prince, who's going to nod. Uh, well spoken, and what was his name? Kasim. All right. He's going to give a persuasion. He's not too good at this, but it, he's going to get help from the prince. I accidentally rolled it to myself.
Mhm.
There we go. The two priests, he's look very dejected, and they lower their hands. And um,
Can I? Fine. If you're going to go ahead and um, if you're going to go ahead and what, lock her up, whatever.
the prince is going
Um,
to um, uh, turn to you. It's okay, deputy. He, she is going to be placed within in our care at the guard station.
would I like some insurances? Now, are they okay with it? Because I'm still not. I still haven't put my rifle down.
The priests seem all but defeated. They aren't okay with this, but they have no other choice. You have a gun to their head, and even though these guards aren't very well off, well, there's still more of them. And from your guys' appearance, the prince, Adarpi, and Dobat look fairly healthy. He, even though Nissa is banged up a bit and a bit bloody, he they don't want to risk a drawn out, knuckle down fight here when they could get out
I
of this
just need one shot.
situation. They could get out of this situation with if neither of them dying.
Question
Hmm.
to the prince and the two priests. How do we know that she's still not possessed?
They they're all very quiet.
Can I do a
Can
check?
anyone do a check? Anyone here?
Can I do a check?
Um, sure. Roll of medicine and a Arcana or a Planes.
No planes in the system.
Sorry, what would it be?
I think it just all gets rolled into Arcana with the other planes.
Yeah.
Where are these blood cursed items?
Sorry, I have three blood curse items. Um, I'm
Oh yeah,
going
that's
to.
right.
I want to give.
Insight, medicine, or
Uh,
Arcana.
Arcana. Oh, come on, 12. And I can't boost it.
Can you re-explain about the baby body? Like,
Um,
aren't we supposed to be finding a spare body to put that soul into?
yes. So how the ritual is going to work, you need a healthy body to place his, your sister's soul in if they can't if the priest can't and pull your pull the two oni out of her, or you need
Mm-hmm.
a vessel for the oni to be sealed inside of if the priest can and seal the oni, pull the oni out and leave her body.
Okay, so I could either raise my sister from an infant, or I could put her in a full-fledged human, adult person. But
Yeah,
the body has to be healed. And if a
Hmm.
person touches a blood cursed object, um, if they die, they just come back,
It's
or like a reincarnation. Yeah.
yes. Hmm.
But
So that
with
was
their mind,
you don't know. Layla never explained exactly how it works. He just says your soul goes into one of these bodies. That does not guarantee
okay.
your memories or your personality will stay the same in going from one body to the next.
Oh, real quick with Curse, did I get any crystals from this encounter?
I think I handed them out previously. I have them written down at least. That's the wrong notebook again. I keep grabbing my Saturday notebook.
Just
I'm not sure we
in
really killed anything that would give us any in this encounter, though.
Um,
Because I don't know if the familiars would technically count.
the familiars do not count.
then
'Cause
I
I
don't
think those were the only things that we actually killed.
true.
In
Yeah,
this encounters, you guys did not actually manage to kill any of the cultists.
that's
Yep.
right, because the guards kept throwing them into the pool.
Yep.
Okay, I was double checking because I'd been out when we ended
And then
combat.
the guard killed what's his name as well.
Yeah,
Okay,
you guys didn't actually kill anyone other than the snake in this entire encounter.
well
And the
that
mask.
the snake and the mask were roughing us up. To be fair,
Yep.
Who killed Kevin?
Um,
The guard.
this guard, third, Kasim.
He
The one
needs a
that's
raise.
oh, he's
You,
probably getting a promotion.
I look I look over at the sheep prince with my eyebrows up. Um
that guy needs a raise.
look, Kasim went and just rocked the world of like five cultists. Just then went over and was fighting him with uh, with Kevin alongside you guys, and he was the one to get the killing blow. So
Mhm.
even though it turned out not to be Kevin, but it still.
um okay.
Um, Harim's going to look at you. Is this fine with you, Dorothy? Eh, You'll know, well, you'll know where she's at. Eh, She's not going to escape or anything like that. And when it comes to whether she's still possessed by whatever that was, this I don't know.
Hey, did my role reveal?
You can't really get anything from her while she's unconscious.
Okay,
You just see that strange bat-shaped emblem on his chest that's embedded into her chest.
okay.
Where will she be held? And where will they be held? Separately or together?
As the
I
priest,
don't need them.
as you have, the priests have not been charged with any crimes or wrongdoing. We cannot legally hold them, but they will not be allowed to see the prisoner at any point. She will be taken care of by our expert healers.
Hey. Now, don't go all
She
expensive
she's
now.
going to elbow you like as subtly as possible.
Are they holding her up?
Yeah, they're holding her.
Fine. I'll lower the gun at their feet and tell them to back up. And can I have Benu carry her out
Um,
while we all head out?
Um, I mm, Venu in these tight quarters would not be able to fly with her very effectively. So you'd essentially be being dragged on the floor.
That
If,
sounds perfect.
yeah, but to keep the priest
She'll be
from,
dragged on the floor anyway. She can't walk.
well, yeah, but to keep the priest from um, turning on you guys, is Kasim's going to volunteer to carry her. Um,
Well, can we at least disarm her first, if you know what I mean? Make sure she doesn't have anything into it if she does wake up, smack
es-
us down,
Tie up
essentially,
her hands. Tie
what,
up her.
yeah, what
put magic
Kasim,
cuffs on her.
hold on. What Kasim and the other guards do, they bind her arms and legs. They place a gag in her mouth
I like
and
that.
put a handkerchief around it, so she's able to breathe, but she's not able to perform verbal or somatic components to spells. Um, she does not have any all of her equipment is already off of her, so she doesn't have any of her gear with her anyway. And they after they fully take the bandages off her face to put the gag in her mouth, so you see how burnt her face is.
I don't. Ooh,
Yeesh.
didn't go deep enough.
Like if you've ever seen a ghoul from Fallout, oh, it's
Mm,
that's her whole face situation currently.
I see. I will
She
start
have a
going
nose.
around and checking the other bodies and collecting the stuff that came through with them.
And how are these two crab guards doing?
Um, they are they are taken in to essentially get looked at as you guys are leaving, you can see that there are more guards coming down, but they're wearing much better equipment and they are uh, much better armed, and they seem to have arrested the rest of the cultists and taken care of the rest of the husks that were down here.
Oh yeah, and did the priest dispel the circle?
Um, yeah, they'll work together and cast a spell on the circle.
Okay. So I've got my copy of that. I should add that to my notes.
I collected everything else.
Yeah.
That was. I just want to check and make sure we didn't leave any evidence behind by accident.
I have the
Picking up
house.
all the evidence. Anything that could be used to further investigation. Plus, pick up all the stuff that came through that portal, or at least go through it.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So you guys gather up all this stuff, and you, when you meet up with this group, the Hareem gets visibly upset that how how did they know?
What?
How did they know these are the main city guards? Why are they in this part of the town of the city?
You wouldn't think it would have something to do with the giant light that just shot up into the sky?
There would be no way for them to be this deep underground this quickly. They had to have been here before or that.
Maybe they found an easier way in, faster.
Or someone else was investigating, or someone else was involved.
Hmm. I mean, your whole family's quite shady. I pat her on the back.
Are all your guards accounted for?
Including the dead. Yes,
I was gonna say one of them might have tipped the other side off.
it's fine. And I knew this debacle would be a bit bigger than what I was expecting. I'm probably going to get an earful from father.
I thought that they just. Never mind. Never mind. Never mind. Okay.
I still report to the city lord, to the king of the city. He as a guard captain, just because I'm.
Hey, hey, it's fine. No explanation. Not around these them.
Let's go.
And I look over at the priestess or whatever.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right. As you guys get to the surface, is um, you guys see um Prince Hassan is there, along with Mana, a nobody, the Picari, and Dea.
That might explain something. Well, hello again, Mana.
Is Kiari is muted?
Yep.
Is Simon there?
Simon's not currently in the room, but you suspect if everyone else is here, he's probably somewhere around here.
Okay.
Fix Kiari. Unmute yourself. Whatever.
Okay, he's still popping up as muted on Discord Reacts.
Oh, and he's stupid. Give him a second.
Well,
Oh,
I am cooking.
you said it, not me.
Okay. I had to bottom down because I was have been looking up stuff. What I miss.
So we just met up, and I said, hello, Mana. That might explain some things.
Um, where are we?
You're currently inside of what looks to be a butcher shop, up with Prince Hassan, who's was before they came up was like explaining essentially you what seems to have been found underneath this part of the city. He, and he was essentially just explaining that they um, basically explaining what kinds of rewards you guys may be getting for assisting.
Hello.
Um, what all do I see before me?
You see another Kenra that looks exactly like Hassan, but that black fur, a little bit shorter, and hmm, um, wearing similar clothes, but that they're from their body shape, they seem to be female presenting. They do not have a big spear though. Um, Here, I'll re-show the picture. You'll see a darky looking slightly hurt Dobat and Nissa
Nissa
both
looking pretty bad.
like Gobat. It looks like he was very hurt at one point, but he since looks like he's feeling better. Like
He's
he's
got
probably.
some lovely closed wounds.
Mhm. Nissa is like you see several large bites on Nissa's midsection, like she was bitten by some huge creature. The wounds have like been the bleeding has been stopped, but they are some nasty looking wounds.
You wouldn't happen to have any potions, would you?
I have some
Princess,
random bottles in here.
you look like you've been through a storm.
We went through the blender.
Have, were you also accosted by undead?
No, cultists.
Cultists, the ones who were basically calling the undead here.
And the undead. But
Oh yeah,
both.
and that came through some strange portal pointing back at.
You see the two priests. These um the Darby's holding like a tiny house lamp that looks oddly familiar,
Yeah, I think I recognize that.
and this is currently holding a
I'm still
bag
holding them
full.
at gunpoint, but I
Like
have the gun lowered.
this is currently holding like a bindle full of just random stuff that Picard, you would recognize this bindle full of random stuff. Look, that's your bindle full of random stuff.
Oh, that's what happened.
Well, the bindle obviously isn't yours, but all the stuff inside the bindle.
There's some other stuff in there as well from the bodies, but we could go through all that later.
Mhm. So, is the prince with us or are we by ourselves?
The prince is with y'all. I'm trying to pull up the note for him.
Nice
I
to
will
run into
start
you.
giving the Darby her, Picard her stuff back.
How nice
Sorting
of
out
you,
what is hers.
but how nice of you to arrive after all the fun. Giant snake familiars, floating masks. Ay, caramba.
Sounds like you've been on quite the interesting journey. Eh,
Eh,
We have ourselves.
So
Yes.
these are the two. You have Prince Hassan and Prince Reem.
Some things have changed since you departed.
in what way?
Hold on. Hello, hello.
Oh,
Hello.
Okay, I was switching the audio. Well, uh, 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 we've made some new friends, and it seems in, fate has collided it here this day.
Hmm. But might I ask, why are you here?
Well, we joined a caravan leaving from Soulport. The city he has gone through some issues, let's say. The gods were fighting, and we felt it was better to seek safety elsewhere.
Can I insight that at all?
Yeah, I want to insight that as well.
You can insight that.
23.
Yeah, I rolled real bad there. A
Uh,
9.
what would what would Dobat get from that statement with the 23 insight?
Well, nothing I said was a lie, but, but you could probably pick up that I haven't mentioned which caravan. And based on my previous comments, it might be somewhat related to other events.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yep.
So Dovet's just gonna look at you and just kind of give a nod. Very well.
We did
We can speak
also
more later.
we did also run into a strange individual that I felt might be prudent to mention to you. So should we run into each other?
Oh, who?
Oh, oh, they were a masked man, half a face. They had a giant white snake who came.
A giant what?
White snake.
Does the description ring any bells for Dobat?
Yeah, he like with the features he gives, it sounds a lot like Kevin.
So, oh, so the guy we just had downstairs.
Yeah.
So you see Dobat's eyes go wide for a second.
Interestingly enough, upon talking to him, huh, huh, he seems to have friends that uh, we may be familiar with. I think he might be connected
Mana,
to.
we just fought that person, or thought we did.
Um,
They
give
they were at the head of the cult downstairs.
give me a uh give me a intelligence check or a
Intelligence.
wisdom check. Everyone can give me an intelligence or wisdom check. You pick which.
I'm gonna do raw intelligence. Yeah, let's go for it. No, 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 19.
I'll do wisdom.
And my modifier's doing a lot of heavy lifting there. I didn't even get to finish.
14.
I didn't even get to finish giving out the information I had.
Well, still Dobat's concerned because we thought we just fought him.
Well, you remember at the end of that fight and when Kasim cut off what appeared to be Kevin's head, Kevin turned into a bugbear and and said said some cryptic sounding things as he died.
I did not hear any of that cryptic sounding stuff.
Yeah, he never
Did
said anything
anybody
about the
else?
cryptid sounding stuff.
Well, he said it, but he said that this would be easy.
Oh,
But still, this is gonna link him to stuff.
So
Hmm.
everyone who got above a 10 would would, would realize that this guy must have escaped from the fight a long time ago. Like, and those who got a 15 or higher will realize there was a goblin that ran away at the very beginning of the fight.
Shoot.
I think you killed a goblin.
Like
No, there was
you,
a goblin that ran.
like you remember, or when you guys first got into that main room, one of the goblins like immediately turned tail and ran, and Kevin shot him with the Eldritch Blast. as he ran through the door and escaped.
That that man you just saw is connected to this cult in some way. He ran from that fight. He turned into a goblin and ran. Shoot.
Um, the, he, he, he looks up. Do you know which direction he went?
Can you show me a map? Can you show me a map of the city as you know it, including what's down there?
He headed east, but hold on. I would caution against following.
And Dopat will give the rough direction from where he saw the goblin run.
It would have been hard. You have no idea where he came out of the tunnels.
Well, yeah, but I can give them a place to start because the guards are heading down there so they can follow that path.
Well, yeah, you can assume the guards have combed through every part of this underground facility.
Okay.
Did you hear what I said?
Yeah.
I wouldn't bother following up. Uh, you would just be sending people to die at this point. He seems to be related to Zoran.
Oh, lovely.
Mhm. Would we really be talking about this out of the open?
No.
Well, we're
Well,
not talking in
that,
the open. We're talking in a locked down butcher shop with two leading authorities in this area.
that's
Yeah,
also
but
why
we're
I'm bringing up very particular things.
Hassan's going to speak up. Who is this Zoran?
Well, he's a piece of a larger puzzle. Well, But, uh, but he's just one in on many. He's just one part of a long list of problems.
Does
Uh,
he seem to pose a threat to my city? Our city? Yes. Me and my
probably
sister's city. Yeah.
the city of our country. I mean,
At the moment, I don't believe so.
yeah, come
Even though I don't understand his motives, I don't believe he intends to cause harm directly to your city.
Then it's of no matter to us. That what?
I
Hassan.
would say yeah, because with
Hassan.
all of this shit
And
that happened, you
yeah,
got all of these
a
cultists and
Darby, a Darby. I can get indignant myself. Well, now I lost it. A Darby, continue to get indignant for me.
out of your mind. Do you see all of the things that's
I'm gonna talk
so
to
wrong?
Makari and be like, should we make some tea or something to drink while we watch this?
Dopat prestidigitates up some popcorn and just sits there munching.
You can't make food. You can make
Oh, I know.
some.
Besides, when
You can
things
make something
happen, it
taste like
always
food.
intends to spread. So of course it affects your city.
You may
You
have
can
a
always
point, it, but that it is not my job to deal with threats that's outside of the walls of my city. Eh,
uh, but if they bring the threat into your city and your people slowly start dying and being taken captured just to find, you know, something, what's the right word? Uh, uh, whatever. It doesn't matter. Anything is going to be affecting your city.
Darby, I understand and and your sentiment, but given the current state of things, I don't think they have the resources is to spend hunting down wanted
Well,
criminals.
question here. How?
Resources, they
Give me a minute. Give me a minute. So, what is the range of your domain then? Is it just this the city, or does it go beyond the city? Because if it goes beyond the city, then you're supposed to protect your whole domain, not just the one city.
Well, apparently, he
As
can
a
only
city state,
protect.
as a city state, our range of operations, it's the city itself and the surrounding 50-mile space,
You're
Then
including
it
saying
goes after
small
that
our
50
villages,
mile space.
including
to
small
behind.
farmlands, and any villages that are associated with our city state.
I like how he
Now,
keeps saying our.
if it comes down to it, my job as prince is to guard over the city itself. It is my father's
Really?
job up to who protect our entire city state. He commands the standing army and
Y'all
can
are doing
command
y'all very
and
well.
can command and its citizens to be conscripted into said army. He, and at what point that point we will be able to will ride out to deal with the threat. I will
Okay,
bring
so
this
when it comes
matter
to the
up to my
training,
father,
the
and he
training,
will
and the
go send
and
out a group of individuals who- who- to hunt down this person, and, and we will place wanted posters for them across the city, so that if they show themselves in our region again, they will be identified and dealt with.
so you're telling me that you can't move unless your father tells you to?
That is the way that it has been in this city state for the past as 3,000 years. That is the way that it will continue to
So
be.
when the hunt came in, you chose to sit on your laurels this entire time. And when cultists started forming, do you not realize how big that cave was? How much time and effort they had to put in building that massive cave and putting in all that magic into that big huge hole in the ground, and then all of those cultists down there. And you're telling me that you had to wait for your dad to tell you to go?
Thanks,
Some prince.
thanks to a helpful tip from an anonymous individual, well, I was able to mobilize Hayes at a faster rate because I was able to go to my father there and request as the authority to move out in mass. We've
So
been
what if your dad says no?
then so it so be. I will come
Well,
out. I would come out personally to rescue my sister, but that would be the only thing that I would do.
while this argument's going on, I'm gonna create a copy of the notes on the circle.
Okay. The one of the spell guards that's out there, he has like this pile of scrolls that he catacombs, and he he starts speaking and comparing notes with you. Who
Okay, that
um
works out.
a name he a list of names seems to who who come up. It's an incomplete list. There are still there are four names on the list that are just illegible, and he goes through the names. And as soon as he starts speaking, he there's just like a shiver or
Mm-mm,
down
mm-mm.
everyone's spines. Apophis, Koyo Salqui,
Hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up.
Siva.
Is he reading? Wait, stop, 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 stop. Is he reading something off
Right?
of one of those scrolls?
He's
It's really
he's reading basically a
Out
list.
loud.
Yes, a list of those names out loud.
Are
Right.
you sure
Can
you
you
aren't by accidentally casting a spell there?
pass the
And
paper around the room? Like,
he
stop
what
reading
he
things out
raises
loud.
his hand and don't worry. Like he's another Kenra, but he's like husky. Don't worry. I've done this millions of times. As I know that there's no magical power in these names whatsoever.
I can concur.
I
But
can
can
say
we?
I can say Siva, Siva, Siva all I want, and no individual by that name will just be magically summoned here. Here, judging by these notes, these individuals, those are you know, these are individuals of some group of powerful entities that were sealed away thousands of years ago.
And
Leave
I think
them back.
I think I'm recognizing what they are. They're the Seven Kings, aren't they?
Yeah, but why would you still say their names out loud? It's on the paper.
Well,
We can read.
no, they're not the Seven Kings. The Seven Kings are well known, and none of these names match up with either their historical names or their
Do you
titles
know
that they
any
were
of the
given.
names?
That's what I was about to ask. Do I
Um,
know the names from my studies?
you guys can give me a history check.
I'm gonna suck with this gun.
Hey,
History check.
His-
Do I
history.
get advantage in any way, shape, or form?
yes, this is first era related, so you would get advantage.
Oh, I don't know nothing about first there.
Oh, you're kidding me. I rolled low even for that. 16.
And it's reflected off of the onion rings are done.
21.
Eh.
Let me see.
Nissa, you, hey, alright, Delbat, this list of names sounds familiar. It's on the tip of your tongue, but Nissa, you remember a very scary book that kids in the orphanage used to dare each other to read. It was
Um,
like it was like this weird nursery rhyme about these really bad guys that used to exist that were taken out by a this group of good guys, and the, the book was basic. You remember the book was you were told once upon a time by one of the older orphans that the book was this supposedly cursed, and if you were to ever um, uh, speak aloud the names of these individuals, was that you would incur their dark wrath. But you can assume that he was really just trying to scare you. But there, you know these names to be related to the Ten Lords.
oh, that's why.
I will relay that.
The Ten Lords and the Seven Kings.
That makes sense. It's the the big he just sort of scratches his face a bit. It like he has like this long beard on his husky face. And it's like goes down to his belly button and he's just stroking his beard.
Wait,
I'll
what?
have these t these names do sound on on like hey some of they could be related to some of the by names that are given to the Ten Lords. Apophis, the Sun Eater Lord, heard Korosalkri, be the Star Bringer Lord, heard Seaver, the Earthquaker Lord. Heard it could like a lot of these could be like other names that these
Oh,
people
no,
went
no.
these lords went by, or they could this could even be a list of their true names, names that have been all but forgotten to history.
Dobat will make a copy of the list if allowed.
Alright, so the names on the list are Apophis, Koyo
Can you
Salk,
can
Koyo
you
Salk.
copy paste in the Discord?
hmm
I think
Appreciate
when we
it.
And
find a
no, I
copy of
cannot.
that book.
No,
And
I
I think
cannot
that I
copy
need to get
paste. But
them to prison or
well,
her.
yeah. Well, let me just give the whole list, guys.
Yeah.
Apophis, Koyo, Salqui, Siva, Ragnarok, Apocalypse, Ahriman, and then the other four are illegible.
Alrighty.
But at the mention of the name Ahriman, on and Europe's body, he grows like extremely cold. Well, and you can see Kasim, he visibly he wince at the sudden coldness.
What just happened?
Wait, wait. You said Earth, not Dea.
Yeah, Yura.
Wait, I didn't
Damn,
know
maybe
Earth.
my crazy guess.
Oh, then
Yeah,
would that be the
so,
one that's in her then? I think we just found out that the answer to is she's still possessed.
alright, so
Okay.
going back, yes, they did bring a bounding gag individual so that you couldn't, that you guys from the desert team would not recognize them. First of all, oh, none of you have seen them. So,
Well, one of them has seen them, but they just aren't. Their
uh,
player is not here presently.
and second of all, she's heavily bandaged and scarred up, and she's right now tied up and gagged. Like, so it's very hard to for you guys to make out who it is. Because even Dea hasn't pieced two and two together
Oh,
yet.
ma'am. Valid.
And like you see, like you see this guard that's currently holding them. Um, like you assume that it was one of the cultists that was captured here alive. If but he's like, "Ugh, what's wrong with her?" If then one of the priests is like, "Oh no, you're a," and at that Dea is like,
Why would he say even her name? Like how does he even know her name? Like we didn't I don't even remember saying her name.
No,
the
the one of the priests that
one
was
of the priests
healing
that
her.
Oh,
is with
that
her.
piece of shit. Somebody should have gagged them too.
uh, at that Dea visibly reacts, and that's where we're going to end off for this week.
Alrighty.
I don't suppose we could have gotten a long or short rest in that time.
No, it's only like 2 hours after you guys met with Kevin.
Yeah, hour to travel, hour to rest.
Mm, how about this? I will allow everyone to take a short rest in the time that was traveled. Well, I can do that on the tracker, I believe.
Including us.
Yeah, because it took a while for. Actually, how do I do that? I used to know how to just give everyone a short rest.
um,
I mean, I can give myself a
So
short rest,
people
but I
can
don't know
just
how.
yeah,
people can give
I can do
themselves
a
short
short.
rests.
Yeah,
Yep.
everyone give yourself a short rest.
I don't know how to do
Rest.
that. Oh,
Under your hit
I
dice.
hit dice. Just
Silent.
says
No, ma'am.
short rest or long
Hit.
rest.
Silent.
Thank you. I now have my bardic inspiration back.
For the
Hit.
inspiration.
Which small point, Keontae.
Mm-hmm.
Silent.
Apparently,
Okay.
you used a bardic inspo while I wasn't here. I was out by that point. I'm pretty sure.
Oh. Hmm.
So I think I burned my last one like early in combat.
Well, I had no way of knowing.
Okay. I mean, it keeps track of it in the sheet with the uses.
Well, it didn't. It had one in the seat, so I
Huh.
assumed that.
Oh, I know why. Okay. Okay, that's fine. I thought
You
I
can
was
use
out. I may have
chi
not.
again.
I thought it's probably because I forgot to spend the usage before. Meh. Either or.
I don't remember you using it, honestly.
It was
All I think I
you.
remember you
It
using it
was in
once.
that. It was in that last round. It was the only reason why Kevin was taken out. Basically, he.
Oh,
Mm.
Hmm.
okay. All right, so I've got that back. All right,
I
who's
was
ready
like,
for
what
round
the?
3?
Hmm?
We really picked Silent. We really picked the worst place to sit down and have this conversation. Why are we having this conversation in a butcher shop?
Because this is
That's
Well,
what
the
I
like,
said.
this
I don't
is the
understand. Like, why are we standing there with a prisoner and her two little priest people having this long ass conversation? Somebody should just push past them and took her on to prison. Then she wouldn't have got cold when his ass started saying all freaking names when we told him not to. And then caught an
Mhm.
attitude. He's like, let me finish saying the name. Dumb.
Mhm.
he's a husky guy.
So, doesn't matter
Huskies
if he's
don't
husky
stop.
or not.
Mhm.
You have to love him because he's a husky.
That definitely is not it. I am a cow, a bull. I don't care.
Which again, to be fair, 99% of the time, saying a name like this wouldn't cause a reaction. And he didn't know that
Uh,
suddenly this person was infected by one of the 10 lords.
I
Uh,
mean,
we'll
he
find
was
out.
possessed,
We'll find
and he
out
just
what
ran
hap-
his mouth.
We'll find out what happens next time. Everyone say bye to the viewers.
Bye,
Bye to the
viewers.
viewers.
Bye,
Bye.
viewers.